Hi, this is Gina Dinas. Bait, and this report is current as of Friday the 26th here. Fishing's been pretty good around the chain here up on Lake Mendota. We're starting to hear a little bit of a perch bite start showing up along the weed lines in several areas. Warner Bay out by Governor's Island, North Shore Bay across to the state park. I heard some over by Marshall Park, and I've heard some along the city shoreline. They're a little sporadic yet, and the size really varies anywhere from 6 to 10.5 inches, I've heard. A couple guys I've talked to have had some limits. A lot of guys have had 15, 18 fish. But it's not a bunch of guys yet, so don't get thinking it's all crazy. But it's getting to go. Smallmouth bass on Mendota have been pretty decent. They're out on the bars, duns, burley, second point, anywhere from the weed line out to about 20, 22 feet of water at times. And I haven't heard much on the white bass, but the catfish still seem to be fairly active up in the North Shore Bay area on Lake Mendota here. Over on Lake Monona, a lot of the spawning bluegills are done spawning, so they move out to the outside edge of the weeds, and they've been producing some pretty good numbers of fish just fishing vertical on the outside edge of the weeds in several areas. Hudson Park, Sluter Beach, Wild Haven, Rockpile at Squaw Bay, Turville Point, quite a few areas. I'm sure within the next week or so, if the water continues to warm up, they're going to slip off those weed lines and start suspending out in deeper water. Muskie action on Monona and Waubesa seems to be a little tough from what I've heard. Guys are seeing some fish. They're just not always very cooperative as far as biting goes. And largemouth bass, I have not heard much this week. That doesn't mean they're not biting. I just haven't talked to anybody. Typically this time of the year, you're going to be fishing deeper weed edges. And there's always guys fishing early and late in the day up around the piers and stuff. But deeper weed edges during the day. Lake Waubesa. That perch and crappie bite has been a little quiet. I did talk to some guys one day this week that did good on bluegills on the weed line right off of Babcock and Rockford Heights. But then the next day they said they struggled a little bit. But the fish size down there is definitely nicer than it is up on Lake Monona. The average fish on Monona is probably 7 to maybe 8 inches. Once in a while you get one a little bigger. Definitely you get plenty of them smaller than 7, but good numbers of fish being caught there right now. And then Lake Kegonsa, I talked to some guys I know down there. They seem to be struggling down there, but they sure get some quality fish. They've been getting some nice perch and bluegills, some big white bass, some big crappies, but just not a whole lot of any one of them. The water clarity down there is a little better this year than it normally is, and the weed growth is better right now than it normally is on Kegonsa. That's about all I got for you right now. If you got any questions, give me a call at the store at 608-241-4225. Thanks. Bye.